Hey everybody, happy Saturday! It is Live with Maria, episode 3, because you are just too bored. And I am here today with none other than Annie Saltsman, owner of 3 Kids and a Cake. Hi, Annie.
Hi, Maria. I think you're the one that's bored.
Maybe a little bit, yes. But so see, I get to do something that's fun, and I get to trick my friends into having a conversation with me. See? How's that?
Works. It's pretty good. Pretty clever.
Happy Holy Saturday.
Yes.
That's what today is. And what are you guys doing at the Saltzman house to get ready for Easter?
Well, I think right now everybody's on their iPads.
Nice.
And John was getting something ready for dinner, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Well, for those of you that don't know, because I do have more than 3 friends, unlike Russ Backlaw said yesterday, but there's probably people here that are watching that don't know who you are, Annie. So for those of you that don't know, Annie Saltsman lives here in Bartlesville. She owns a bakery called 3 Kids and a Cake. And why can you tell people where you're from? Where are you from, Annie? I know that's a loaded question.
I mean, I'm from the area, right? I went to high school here. I actually graduated from Bartlesville High School in 2000. But before moving up here 2 years ago, we lived in Owasso.
Ah, very good. All right. Well, thank you for coming to be on Live with Maria. And I promise I won't make fun of you as much as I made fun of my last guest. It's just easy. It's just easy
to make fun of him. I understand.
And he talked about you yesterday. He said that he was taking credit for a cookie. Can you confirm or deny his status on the cookie that he described?
We did make the judge cookie in honor of Mr. Backlaw.
And you took his suggestion fully.
We did. Kind of. We do.
Okay.
Our recipe's a little bit different.
You had to make an adjustment.
A little adjustment.
Would you say that you had to make an adjustment because he is not a professional cookie maker, so he needed to kind of...
It was definitely quality. It was a quality issue.
It was a quality issue.
Yeah.
So it was a good suggestion, and you did make a good cookie out of it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't need to, he's not the inventor of the entire cookie.
We have to tweak it a bit. We have to tweak it. I don't want to discourage him from sharing any other great ideas he may have in the future. So I'll just say we have to tweak it a little bit.
He does have good cookie ideas. Well, that's enough about him. We don't want to talk about him. So I've only known Annie for a short time, but I have found her to be very funny and very smart, and she's very baking proficient and talented. Speaking of baking and cooking, a lot of people that are all holed up, they're cooking a lot more. Like I'm cooking a lot more. What are you cooking? Or do you come home and just say, I don't want to cook anything?
I don't really cook anything, but this morning, because my 6-year-old loves to cook and bake, she's all into it. So this morning we did bake some bread and we did bake some scones.
Nice.
But typically I don't cook anything anymore. I'm like, what's for dinner?
That's a pretty good gig though. I mean, you do a lot. You are cooking all the time. And so that just seems fair out of the balance of life that you don't have to cook when you get home.
Yeah. I'm really good at ordering takeout.
Ooh,
and DoorDash.
Yeah. DoorDash. So that's my other question then. You're not cooking. So what have you been eating? What's been your favorite thing to get on DoorDash or takeout or curbside or all those things?
So I love to get Szechuan on DoorDash, but John cooks like every night.
Oh,
So
oh,
kind of
that's good.
spoiled. He cooks good
Good.
stuff too.
Good. What does John cook? I want to know if I can come over for dinner after all this.
What did he cook last night? Well, tomorrow for Easter, he's making, what is he making? Prime rib.
Nice.
And then I feel like, what did he cook last night? Oh, last night he smoked ribs with tomato salad and he made cheesy potatoes. So tonight I think he's
Nice.
growing pork chops. Like he cooks.
That's awesome. So one other thing that Annie and I have in common is that both of our husbands are from Michigan, and they're not too far from me. Where is John from?
Sterling Heights area.
Sterling Heights, which is it suburban Detroit too?
Yeah, it is.
Right? And
Mhm.
so my husband's from Farmington Hills, which is also suburban Detroit. So I think they just teach them to cook in Michigan, because Stu is actually a really good cook too.
I definitely think it's because of John's little Italian mom.
Nice. Good job, Italian mom.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was good work. Good.
Good
I
work.
think Stu's is, his mom did like to cook a lot, but his mom was very health conscious.
Uh-huh.
So she always made things with like the low fat, so I think it was almost like a rebellious, like, I'm going to cook and I'm going to use all the good stuff when I cook. So, anyway, she's funny. Well, okay, so John's cooking, you got that covered. Part of the reason he's doing that is because you have to cook for work. So how does working in this pandemic work for you guys? How do you make that work? Because I mean, obviously you don't have people coming into the shop to sit down and have a scone and have a cup of coffee. We can't really do that. So how does your operation make it work?
Man, so it's kind of crazy because we were going to be closed over spring break anyways. And so we were closed for the front end of it when everything started happening, which I'm glad we were, because if we had been open, we probably still would have allowed people in our lobby that week because it wasn't horrible yet. And so when we came back, first, like, we posted a set menu online and we were letting people text and call orders in. Sharisa is just a lot more computer savvy and has more patience than I do. And so probably by Wednesday, she had our online Square store set up. So
is Sharisa the one with blonde hair?
Yeah.
Yes, she's great.
She is. And so I guess for us it's really different because we have 12 people who work there, but since we cut our hours back, we really only have like 4 people working plus myself. And then the online, I mean, we don't have as many items as we usually have, but our business is probably less than 50% of what it was. And we just have to run orders out to the curb. So we have a super set menu. We don't add a lot of new things during the week. So it kind of, to me, gets a little boring because that was one of the fun things about having a case. You could just put stuff in it.
Yeah.
But now we have to load it online and then find a way to communicate it. So, so we're just less people, set menu, call when you get there, we bring it out.
Well,
at our front door,
done it.
We have a clean station, sanitizing wipes, hand stuff. We wash our hands. So, I mean, we have gloves. So it is what it is right now.
Right.
So super fortunate to just be able to operate that way for now. So.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are still open. So since this all started, my now 7-year-old had a birthday, and we got a wonderful box of monster cookies for his birthday from Dana Lyle. So thank you, Aunt Dana. Dana Lyle's also the art teacher at Wayside, and she was maid of honor in my wedding, and I've known her since 2003, I think. So so she went and we got monster cookies. The funny thing about my 7-year-old is he doesn't like chocolate or extra. So he's really solid snickerdoodle. So actually mom and dad and brother got those. And then one day, dear sweet, I can't remember if Amos Radlinger went to pick him up or if Tim Hudson went to pick him up, but I got my 3 kids fix from one of those guys. And Kelly Becker bought them because she's precious. And then I went the other day and I did the curbside, and I got a brownie, and what else did I get? More cookies. Oh, the key lime pie. And I took a key lime pie to my mom, and my mom said, oh my gosh, that was so good. And she made it last for like 2 days. She would just take a bite and then put it back. So we'll have to get a big one. Okay, so what are you watching? If you're not, you don't have to do the cooking. So John's gonna cook and the kids are distracted. What does Annie like to watch?
Well, I mean,
have you
kids
binged
are never
anything?
distracted, let's be real. I did watch the season 3 of Ozark.
Oh yeah.
And John and I have tried to watch Tiger King. I can only watch like 30 minutes at a time. And I'm like,
I can't.
I don't get it. I don't know. So we tried, but I'm like 30 minutes.
You don't speak white trash?
Just don't get it. And so
I started it I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and it was late at night. The kids had gone to bed, Stu had fallen asleep, and I fell asleep, and I just haven't gone back. It was uncomfortable because it was just so cringy.
It's weird.
It's weird.
So I started watching Modern Love last night, and I like that.
So, which one's Modern Love?
I don't know. I think it's on Prime.
Oh, okay.
Like 2 episodes in.
Okay.
So that's about all I'm watching.
Have you watched any movies?
No, I usually so at night I don't know why I started. I think at the beginning of the quarantine it was like pressing, right? So every night after dinner I get a glass of wine and I go take a bath for like an hour.
Nice.
So I realized, so I'm like, I'm just gonna do this every night until quarantine is over.
So when you're in the bath, do you read?
No, I usually just like listen to music and drink wine and.
Nice. Close your eyes.
Last night I said, told John, I said, I'm going to go take a bath real quick. He said, real quick. I was like, I mean, I'll be out to put the kids to bed.
Okay, so that's something else John and Stu have in common, because I will say, I'm going to go do something real quick. And he's like, no, you're not. You don't. There's nothing is real quick.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Well, and you know what I mean? When I say I'll be right back, I mean, I'm going to go do the thing I'm going to do. And as soon as that thing's over, I'm coming back. It doesn't mean that I'm going to do the thing, quickly. It just means I'm going to, as soon as it's done, I'm back.
Yeah.
You can have me back.
Sure.
So then you take baths. What else do you do to get rid of stress? Because this is the weirdest thing. Is this the weirdest thing you've ever been through?
It's super weird and I don't know. It's weird. I'm thankful to go to work every day. And then, I don't know. We go for walks. We do a little schoolwork with the kids, maybe. But then I guess we just eat dinner and take a bath, and I try to go to bed so I can get to the next day. It's probably not good. Wishing my life away. Just the next month. Just quarantine.
That's how I feel, though. I feel like I want to get through the day. You're just like checking the tick marks. But we're in a very nice type of confinement. I mean, we have our televisions and our Zoom cameras. I mean, but that's what makes it weird, isn't it? That we are kind of confined, but we still have all these things to make us comfortable. I think people just don't know what to do with it. I think it's a weird thing.
Because I don't even know what it is I want to go do. Just
right.
Something.
Okay, that's exactly what Stu said. Because I wasn't complaining because I feel wrong complaining. I mean, I'm very lucky. I can still work, and we have I have everything I need here at home. But I was just kind of saying I was tired. And he said, isn't this what you always wanted? To stay home and hang out with the kids, and you don't have to go anywhere. And I mean, I like to get out and do stuff, but it is nice to not have the regimented obligation of having to go to certain things.
For like a week, though.
For a week.
Not for 2 months.
2 months is a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. What do you miss? What do you miss the most right now?
Probably just being able to walk into the store. I'm like,
Yeah.
We're not spending any. I mean, we're spending money in that, like, I intentionally go around and buy from local businesses and stuff. And I probably spend a lot more time, like, intentionally reaching out to people. And so I'm like spending money on those kind of things. But I'm like, we're saving so much money. I wonder what I used to spend money on. Because
yeah,
but it's just I guess you just want the freedom to be able to go somewhere.
right. I think so. I think it's
go play tennis.
Yeah. I don't want. It's that the option has been removed. That's probably the thing that people struggle with. So it does sort of force you, though, to do all the things around the house that you can do. So, or
no, it doesn't.
It doesn't. You're right. It
My
really just makes me call. Yeah, mine is too. Hey, that's something else we have in common. We have the same cleaning lady.
We don't have any cleaning people here.
No, we don't. You're right.
we have a dirty floor, and I keep looking at our I'm like, we got to clean these bathrooms.
I did clean. I had to ask our cleaning lady how she mops the floor because I've done it before. And you know what? Did I hit record? No. I did. I was worried I didn't hit record. I just had a thought. That would have been awful. Anyway, I text messaged our cleaning lady because when I clean it, I don't like it. So I wanted to know the way that she did it so I could do it the way that she did it. But I've only done it once because I have dogs and kids and they bring dirt in all the time. So, and I've cleaned 3 toilets. I have not gone upstairs to the boys' bathroom. I need to do that one. Yeah.
I go upstairs and I find these wrappers all around the freaking house. And I'm like, what are
everywhere?
You doing? I'm like, sit at the table.
Why? And if they would throw them away, we would never know.
I know. And they
totally get busted.
Yeah.
They're not, well, I guess it's good that they're not sneaky. But yes, they leave wrappers everywhere. And cups, empty cups.
So many cups.
I tell them every day.
Write your name on a cup and rinse that shit out. That's what I say.
Right. This is your cup for the day. And then somehow the cups have relations and multiply, and there's cup babies all over my house.
Sink full of dishes every day.
Every day.
I'm
looking at my sink right now. I did do some dishes, but there's still more there because I had to dye Easter eggs. So that was more of a mess. They don't know, these kids. They don't know. Okay, so how old are your 3 kids, Annie?
Elaine is 8. She's almost 9. Nora is 6. And Joseph is 4.
4 is so precious.
Oh, he's precious. He is precious. He loves his mama.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, those girls are sellouts. But the boy...
My baby loves his mama too. He's snuggling, I think, with his dad right now, but he does love his mom. So what's something that you are totally obsessed with? Anything that you're totally obsessed with? TV show, decoration, a musical act. What's something that Annie Saltsman's obsessed with?
I love the Hamilton remix soundtrack.
Oh, yes.
The remix. I'm like, I didn't know that Ashanti and Ja Rule were still a thing. But so I like that. But then I'm not really obsessed with much right now.
What do you listen to when you're baking at the store?
It depends. Usually music I can sing or dance to. So I like to dance around at work. Yeah. I don't really work that much. I'm just there for entertainment. I entertain everyone.
Well, that's good. You need to keep them motivated.
Yeah,
right?
I'm the oldest person there. I don't know anything about like TikTok and some of these artists and stuff they know. So I just sing and dance around and try to make everybody laugh.
That's a good stress reliever. So the other night, I was washing the dishes and I had music on, and all of a sudden I'm like dancing, and it made a huge difference. Like I could tell I needed to
Move
get some
around.
energy out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. Good. Okay. Are you ready for the lightning round?
Yeah, lightning round.
Lightning round. Here we go.
Go.
I came up with let's see, how many lightning round questions did I come? I came up with 42. We don't have to do all 42.
Go.
Okay, but I'm gonna start with some of the ones that I did yesterday. So Bell or Bueno?
Bell.
Don't get it. Okay. I mean, I don't hate Bell.
Neither was an option. I don't eat at either of those places.
You don't, that's not, well, you can say no. You can say I don't do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Neither.
So do you like any cheap fast food, Mexican food? Because it's its own category. There's Mexican food, and then there's like the chain Mexican food, and then there's fast food Mexican food. Like they're not equal.
Like I'll eat it. Like if the
But
kids have Bell, I'll eat it, but I'll never ask for it. And I'll take like a bite of it. I won't place a full order.
So even in college, you didn't do it?
Bueno, maybe some across the street. No, girl. In college, I thought I was a mess, and I wasn't eating fast food. I was going to restaurants in college. I didn't use my meal plan, and I was like, I don't know. I was probably like 19, and I had a boyfriend, and he was older. He worked. He was out of college, and so we went to restaurants. I didn't.
You were fancy.
I was an asshole.
That reminds me. One time, when I was in college, it was my freshman year. Andy Thurman went to my college my freshman year. Andy's from Bartlesville. We went to high school together. Mike Roberts and Tony Cubbage. Tony Cubbage gets a mention 2 shows in a row. They went to college in Missouri.
Uh-huh.
And they came to visit Andy and I, and we all went to TGI Fridays, and I spent my entire work study check on alcoholic beverages at TGI Fridays. That was a big splurge. Huge thing. All right, here we go. More lightning round. We got thrown off. All right. Thor or Doctor Strange?
Thor.
Okay. Captain America or Iron Man?
Captain America.
Oh, she's all American. Here we go. This is a good one for you. Pioneer Woman or Rachel Ray?
Pioneer Woman.
Okay, that's smart. Cookies or cake?
Cookies with nuts.
Oh, crazy rebel. Here, Evan's here. He's gonna say hi. Can you say hi?
Hi.
This is who makes your snickerdoodle cookies. What do you think of those snickerdoodle cookies?
They're good.
They're good. Okay, Evan's gonna do one lightning round question. Okay. Evan, mustard or mayo?
Mayo.
Annie says mayo. What do you say?
Mustard.
Mustard. All right. Thanks, Evan. Bye. Okay. Friends or Seinfeld?
Neither.
Oh.
Okay. Dog or cat?
A dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Evan says yay on the dog. Yeah. Annie's sweet furry friend just passed away. So we send you all our love for your sweet baby. Okay. Call or text?
Can it depend on my mood?
Yeah, I guess it can depend on your mood.
I think I'm kind of getting like to the call point though.
Is it because of this?
No, I think I was kind of getting there. You know, you can say it so much faster if you just call. And I feel like it's much more intentional. I hate when you text somebody and you're like texting back and forth, and then it takes like 30 freaking minutes to respond. Like if we were on the phone, we'd be done. But I'm over here waiting to read some text. So
I get it. Like sometimes it just makes more sense to just if you need information,
Yeah.
If it's not just a casual, hey, what's going on, but actually need information, then it's way better to just call and rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, or I think we need to like end the text message. Like, okay, I'm done now. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
It's been driving me crazy lately.
Okay, here we go. I got more. Facebook or Twitter?
Facebook.
Yes. Ice cream or shaved ice?
Shaved ice.
It is nice. I like shaved ice.
The best.
Okay, big party or small gathering?
How many are in a small gathering?
How about dinner party size?
Small gathering.
All right. Football or baseball?
Neither.
Neither. Okay, which is worse? Doing the laundry or doing the dishes?
Do you have to put the laundry away?
Yes, like you have to do it fully. Yeah. You are like me and you don't put it away, do you? Is it
I will
folded in
fold it.
baskets?
I'll
Yeah.
fold it, but then nobody freaking puts it away. It pisses me. And then it's like gets unfolded and then I'm mad because I'm like, I did all this work and it's just gone.
So we're really fortunate in that the boys are upstairs. They have a small washer and dryer. And so I just leave their stuff up there and I wash it up there. And it just basically, the dryer is the drawer.
Yeah.
They just go, because nobody puts it away. All right, sneakers or sandals?
Sandals.
Good job. Cheeseburgers or pizza?
Pizza.
Cheeseburgers.
Oh, Evan says cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I don't order burgers. Pizza.
Look at, I should have gotten a fancier, okay, tacos or sushi?
Sushi.
The couch or recliner?
Couch.
Reclining couch?
Yes, for the win. Okay, what's better to have in a partner? Someone who, what would you prefer? Intelligence or sense of humor?
Sense of humor?
Yeah, I mean, I think I have someone that has both, and that's attractive, but yeah, sense of humor is better. Okay, let's see, blue or red?
Red.
Would you rather have a lot of money or a lot of free time?
I'd probably rather have a lot of money because then I could pay people to do stuff and which would create free time.
Which would create see? Smart. Okay. For the movies, like when we're not in a pandemic and you get to go to the movie theater, do you want popcorn or candy?
Candy.
Really? Do you get both?
No, usually John gets popcorn.
Do you eat the popcorn?
Not much. Maybe like 2 bites or something. I don't like my hands to get messy.
So is that why that you don't want your hands to get messy?
Yeah, you have to wipe them off too much in between. You can't really wipe off popcorn, so it's
too much.
Too much.
So do you like salty or sweet?
Kettle corn or candy? I like kettle corn.
Well, kettle corn is both, right?
I know, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let Evan do one more so that he'll leave us alone. Okay, Evan, do you like pancakes or waffles?
Neither.
Do you like pancakes or waffles, Evan?
Crepes. I like crepes.
Crepes.
Pancakes.
Pancakes. All right, Evan's gonna go so that if he leaves me alone, you can go do something fun after this. Bye.
In a hot tub.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
The hot tub.
Just a big soak in the tub. Okay. TV or a book?
TV.
Really?
Used to be books, but now TV.
I think that when you have kids, out of the sake of time, it's hard to just like really have the quiet time and the time you need to read. I like to read, but I don't feel like I always get the time I need to read.
Yeah, I agree.
That's kind of the problem. Okay. Horror or comedy?
Comedy.
Comedy. I agree. Honesty or other people's feelings?
Honesty.
That's so good. Winter or summer? That's my last one.
Winter.
Are you not sure?
I don't like the summer because you can only take off so many clothes and you're still hot here. And then you can't go outside a lot. We come outside to swim, but I don't love swimming, so I'd rather winter. You can always put on more clothes and grab a blanket.
You're absolutely right about that. Like, I think I like summer better until it's like, July or August, and then I'm done. So, okay. And Evan told me to tell you he likes summer too. Okay. So, so you talked about your employees a little bit ago.
Yeah.
And that you're the old one, which is funny because you're like 8-9 years younger than me. But what is something that's really popular right now? This is your grumpy old lady question. What's something that's super popular right now that annoys you?
You said you had one more.
I don't know if there's really anything right now that's super trendy 4-inch cakes. Listen.
So is that trendy? Like, I didn't even know.
Right. It is like a quarantine thing because before, like, I don't like frosting 4-inch cakes. It's not easy for me. And so I'd be like, we're not going to do 4-inch cakes. I want to cry every time I see one. Well, now it makes sense. If you're in a house of 4 people, you want cake for a night, you want a 4-inch cake. And so last week, I probably frosted over 20 4-inch cakes. So Sharisa was super proud of me. She was like, look how far you've come. You've grown. Because I was happy about most of them. It was fine. I'm glad. So 4-inch cakes are trending right now, and they definitely were not my favorite before. But I am embracing the times that we're in.
Oh, that is very good. And what is it they say? If you don't adapt, then you have to adapt to continue to move on and progress and all that kind of thing.
I'm adapting.
Good job, Annie. Good job. So I have to say that one of the reasons why I asked Annie to do this is because she has been like checking in on people, and she's been checking in on me, which has been super nice. I love it. Sometimes I get a random text at like 5:30 in the morning, which is awesome because we're both awake. Then it's just been, it's just kind of like, hey, are you okay? And it's nice to have that because I think all of us, or all of my friends that I've talked to, we're all kind of in this sort of like peaks and valleys, which is fine, I think, and normal and to be expected because there's so much uncertainty. But the crazy thing is that, like, you may be having. Okay, great, thanks.
Just as good for 15.
Okay, Evan made his own pizza. I'm really good.
And
Happy.
we gotta do it for
13 seconds. Okay.
Yeah, to make it warm.
Yeah, that's what we're dealing with here. So here's what's, I think, interesting though. We're all going through peaks and valleys, but we're not doing it at the same time. And so I think it's really good for people to check in on each other, because I had a really great day yesterday, but today's kind of a rough one, and we're not all in sync. So I really appreciate that about you, that you check in, because it's just been nice. It's just been a sweet, small gesture that has a lot of meaning. So thank you, Annie Saltsman.
Absolutely. You do. It is. I really feel, and sometimes it worries me because I know that like I'm in the best circumstances for the quarantine or whatever this is. My husband is still working. I'm still able to go. I'm you know, and we're safe and we have groceries. I have wine, you know, so I just always think of people who don't have the best circumstances and how hard this would be, because it's so hard for me. Like,
Yeah,
this
right.
is hard. And the other day, Elaine, the 8-year-old, was really upset and she was crying. And I said, you get to be upset. This is very hard. And you just cry about it and get it out, because this is hard stuff. It's hard stuff.
Right. And they don't, like, I feel like my kids, and probably your kids too, they're okay. Like, they have the food that they need, and they get to play outside. They get to get on the computer. I worry about those kids that maybe don't have all of those things. But still, despite the fact that our kids are well cared for, this is still a weird, strange time. And their feelings are 100% understandable. My oldest has been very worried about my mom. And my mom has been basically just in her house. I mean, she does yard stuff. My brother and I bring stuff and drop it off at her house. But she's basically confined to quarters. So I keep reassuring my son that she's going to be okay, because we're taking all these precautions. But when, you know, he's not, we try not to leave the news on, but he sees things or hears things or whatever. They're still worried. They're still thinking about how this relates to them. And so it is absolutely scary, and you have to validate that feeling. So I think, this was super sweet. Noah was watching the Trolls movie, and the troll that Justin Timberlake plays, I can't think of his name, but, you know, he was crying about his grandmother passing away, and the song in the movie is Total Eclipse of the Heart. So Noah comes into our bedroom and he's like, "What is this song?" And I said, "Oh yeah, it's Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart." So then he was asking, you know, to hear it and hear the original version and all that kind of, so it was sweet. It was kind of funny, kind of sweet. So that they're dealing with it.
They are. So
watch the Trolls movie. I told, and so my husband was kind of laughing at him, and I was like, I said, "Noah, do you have all the feels?" And he goes, "I got the feels." I said, "It's okay. You just feel the feels.
Feel it.
It's okay." So. Okay. I'm gonna wrap it up, because we both have a bunch of things we got to not do.
That's true.
A whole bunch of things. But here's what I want to know. This is your last question.
Okay.
So, what is the most useful thing that you own?
The most useful thing I own?
The most useful. Do you want me to start? I'll start. Do you own him? Kind of.
John's the most useful thing I own.
Well.
By far. Since we've been married, I've become like super not useful in a lot of areas, because he does everything for me.
I feel like that's what my husband did too. He kind of just spoiled me. So
sometimes I'm like, I used to do this by myself like 14 years ago.
Yeah. They are, I guess, in Michigan, they raise them right to take care of their ladies.
It's super handy.
Very handy. Well, Annie Saltsman, this was very fun for me. I hope it was fun for you.
Yeah.
It's very silly. And you know, it's just something to do, because you're right, because I'm bored.
You're bored.
And you know, people might be interested in knowing a little bit more about Annie Saltsman. You never know.
Never know.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. And I hope, and I love that you talked about supporting small business. We've been trying to do the same thing, just here and there, just sprinkle it. Just sprinkle that love everywhere. And before this all started, like before everything shut down, I bought a few gift certificates because I was thinking of how that could kind of help sustain some restaurants. But now those restaurants are doing like curbside and takeout, kind of like what you're doing. So do that as much as you can. 3 Kids and a Cake is doing curbside, takeout, whatever.
Curbside and delivery.
Oh, and delivery. Man. Yeah. Do they do that on the website too?
Yes, it is an option on there.
Okay. So it's super easy. I've done that. They even have a, what do you call it? A loyalty program. So
we do.
but what I love about Annie too is Annie's really great about encouraging you not only to shop local, but use other bakeries too. She likes certain things from other bakeries, and
I use other bakeries.
She spreads the love. So, and I think that's what's great. I have a friend that owns a restaurant in town that talks about how, you know, a lot. He's worked in other areas where they've called other restaurants and say, hey man, I'm out of rice. You guys got some rice? And that's kind of how I think you operate, is in that kind of realm. You know, it's about, we're all kind of trying to support each other. And, you know, no matter what kind of restaurant, if you have the best, you know, hot dog restaurant in town, nobody wants to eat hot dogs every night. So you got to like tell people to go out and do everything. So, and Annie's really good about that. So go visit 3 Kids and a Cake, and also all the other bakeries and all the other restaurants and all the retail shops. Just
spend all your money.
Spend all your money. Spend anything that you can spend. Because I think you're right. Everybody is kind of saving money because we're not going out and about like we usually would. And so you don't have to spend a lot. You know, buy a cup of coffee one day, or buy lunch one day. Just little things like that. It makes it all helps and makes a difference.
So, well, thank you, Maria.
Well, you're welcome, Annie.
I'll text you at 5:30 tomorrow.
I know. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe I'll sleep in tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Happy Easter, Annie Saltsman. Thank you for doing this.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Thanks everyone for watching.